Fattitaliani a Gand nel Museo di Arti Tessili. In questa straordinaria realtà produttiva del Nord Europa incontriamo la direttrice del museo, dottoressa dal nome un po' difficile per noi italiani, Ann Van
Nieuwenhuyse.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Dottoressa, how is it important an industrial museum in a zone like this?
Well, Ghent is a historical city, but it is also an industrial city. It was the first city in Belgium which is industrialized, especially the textile industry. That's why in Ghent a museum for industry and labor, arbeid in Dutch, is well placed and is very important, because in the 70s of the 20th century a lot of textile factories were closing in Ghent and environment, and all the machines came on the market, and a lot of machines came into the museum then the museum is founded in the 70s.
Here, in some way, we find the history of the new Europe, because it's here that was born the Industrial Revolution.
Yes. Well, the museum has 3 floors with a permanent exhibition, and on the top floor it gives the industrial evolution of Ghent and Flanders, with the first industrial revolution, the second and the third. The floor, the 4th floor, so the floor there under, we call it worldwide working in English, and it's about the influence of the industrialization on everyday life, labor, consumption, and so on and so on. And the floor there under is the textile factory, an example of producing on an industrial way.
How is the feeling of people of Gand with this museum?
Well, we have around 40,000 visitors a year, which is good. We have also a lot of school groups, very important, because these groups, it's important that children know their history, their industrial history, and people like the museum. When they, we often do a survey with the public, and they always, the remark they give us very often is from, wow, we didn't know or knew that for example, the Mule Jenny, you have a very known machine on the top floor, this was in the museum, this object was in Ghent. The Mule Jenny is the first spinning mule that came from Britain to Ghent, and was in fact the start of the industrial development of Ghent.
We know that what we can see in the show, it's a little part of what you have.
Yes, yes, certainly. We have, our collection has around 30,000 objects, and only 3,000 are in the museum in permanent exhibitions. So we have a lot of objects out of the museum.
There is some project to show this.
Well, we have our temporary exhibitions, which show every time a little piece of the rest of the collection.
Grazie, dottoressa.